So we've got an interesting development over in Hong Kong as the cruise company Genting Hong Kong Group seems to be in a bit of trouble. Welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon. If you like cruise news, cruise vlogs, and ship tours, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and ding the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. So Genting Hong Kong Group is a Chinese cruise line operator. They're the parent company for Crystal, Star Cruises, and Dream Cruises. And they even owned a part of Norwegian Cruise Line for a few years until they sold their portion of the company back in 2007. So, of course, Norwegian is their own parent company now, so Norwegian has no relevance in this video. Even though they do have a few ships that are the same class as Norwegian ships, like Norwegian Spirit is a direct sister to the Explorer Dream, or the Genting Dream and the World Dream are both modified versions of the Breakaway class from Norwegian Cruise Line. Anyway, so Genting Hong Kong currently owes about $3.4 billion and has cited the current global situation as a cause for all of their financial hardships this year. Their stock price is down a little over 35%, which is tough. But like I said, Genting Hong Kong seems to be in a little bit of financial trouble, and currently Dream Cruises owes about 3.7 million euros and was unable to pay that. Some of you guys may know Dream Cruises and how they're currently building one of the world's largest cruise ships, and is actually the largest as far as passenger capacity. The ship's going to be about 208,000 tons, which is about 20,000 tons smaller than the current world's largest ship, the Oasis class. But it carries 9,500 passengers, which is significantly more than the Oasis class, which just seems a little mind-boggling to me. Sounds pretty insane, it's like it's way too many people. But anyways, the ship is currently under construction over at MV Werften shipyard in Germany, which is owned by Genting also. They own the shipyard that's currently building the ship. And because the company's kind of in trouble, they're looking for some relief from the German government and through their economic stabilization fund to try to see if they can help them out through these tough times. And one thing I never really noticed this until while I was making this video, but the Global class of ship, which is the name of the ship, the Global Dream, that class of ship were actually originally ordered for Star Cruises, which of course is one of the sister companies to Dream Cruises. But apparently somewhere in the development process, it was transferred over to Dream Cruises. Just thought that was kind of funny how I kind of never really noticed that until just now when I'm making the video. Genting announced earlier in August that the Crystal Endeavour, which is a small expedition ship, that's sort of like the small Galapagos exploration ships that Celebrity operates, kind of like Celebrity Flora that launched last year. That ship was delayed, and then as well as the Global Dream, which is the topic of today's video, that ship was delayed for, they said, quote, about a year due to the shipyard being shut down. Some unnamed sources are saying that if the funding goes through or the funding falls through and they don't get the money that they need for some financial support, they said that it's very likely that the Global Dream, despite being halfway finished, it could be sold and broken up for scrap, which is just kind of sad to see, even though the ship kind of sounded like it had way too many passengers. And also the sister ship to the Global Dream just recently had the keel laid, so construction's already started on that one as well, and that ship would also be sold for scrap as well, it'd be broken up, which is just crazy to hear, like a ship that's not even finished yet, and it's going to be one of the largest in the world, is already being sold for scrap, and it's not even being done, or it's not even finished being built yet. And like I said, this all kind of depends on if they get the funding from the German government or not through their economic plan. Now, Crystal Cruises did come out and say that, quote, whatever option our parent company, which is Genting, pursues, it will allow Crystal to operate their business. So they're not going out of business. Crystal, at least, is not going out of business. They're going to continue on no matter what happens, from what it sounds like here. Overall, it's something to keep kind of our eye out for over the next few weeks. Genting is actually preparing to have a virtual meeting with their investors and their creditors to discuss the position of the company right now. And with a cruise line in the position like this, that it's always a possibility that another cruise line could kind of swoop in and purchase the half-finished ship and finish it for their own. One example back in the 1990s was the shipyard that was building the sister ship to the Costa Victoria, which was already named Costa Olympia. The shipyard went bankrupt, and Norwegian ended up buying the half-finished ship and the ship is now known as the Norwegian Sky, as we all know. So that was kind of a little fun fact, a little history there, but that's something that's always kind of back in. That is one option that could be in the back of your head. Think about all this, but just the way that things are right now, most cruise lines are starving for cash. So it doesn't seem like anybody would be willing to swoop in and purchase this half-finished ship unless they just got some like stupid cheap deal on the ship just because the company is having a really tough time. I mean, nobody's really in the market to be purchasing ships right now, which is kind of why we saw the unfortunate scrapping of the Carnival's Fantasy class ships, the Fantasy and the Inspiration. Instead of going over to the secondary market for a smaller cruise line, they went straight to the scrapyard just because nobody's really able to buy those ships right now, and there's really nothing else Carnival could do with them. So let me know down in the comments below, will the ship being sold to another cruise line, or do you think it's just going to be sold for scrap despite being halfway finished? Let me know down below what are your thoughts, and that is all for today's video. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you like today's video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.